Can you just explain to our audience about Heraeus Photovoltaics, its global operations, and in India?
Yeah, sure. So as you know, Heraeus is a German-based group which is around 400 years old, and Heraeus Photovoltaics is one of the division of it, which specialization in making metallizing paste for solar cell manufacturing. So they have two manufacturing units, one is China and one in Singapore, from which we supply silver paste globally. And we have products which can cater to top 10 solar manufacturers in the world. We have a wide base to cover the entire geography for the servicing, for the customization, and for the support part for all the solar cell manufacturing in the India and globally across.
So now you know that Government of India has ambitious plan in developing India as a solar hub. So
Yes.
even a Prime Minister speaking, one world, one solar, one roof.
Yes.
And you know how potential India is in generating solar power through large infrastructure of solar plants put in place. As a supplier of solar paste,
Solar
which is
paste.
critical for solar plants,
Exactly.
how do you see the potential of Indian markets?
Definitely. Our beloved Prime Minister Modi ji walked the talk. We are going to make India solar power. He is walking the talk. So he started with putting custom duties on importing of solar cell and modules. Then he introduced one concept of ALLM, which has to be approved list. And now that's why, and then they introduced the PLI scheme, which is production link incentive. So if you see, top houses like Reliance, Tata, Adani are pouring in their money in manufacturing solar cells. So there is a market for solar cell. Installations are going on. But the challenge of making silver paste in India is the R&D. We still don't have enough skilled manpower who can support the R&D part. So that is the challenge why we still are importing the silver paste. But going forward, if the supply chain is built, we can see manufacturing coming up in India also. And this is an idea whose time has come, so nobody can stop it.
So exclusive production units for silver paste in India.
It may come in India. 3 years back, nobody was there was very less production of solar cell, but now it is expanding. And probably in next 2 years, it will triple in size. So we will see supply chain coming up in India because if there is a demand, there will be a supply. So that is the idea. But we have to support R&D
R&D.
extensively who can develop the product here.
So actually, paste is a business where a lot of IP and R&D is involved.
Exactly.
It's not only a market,
Exactly.
and most of intellectual property rights and most of R&D and the product specifications, most of technical is involved in this.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of entry barriers into it.
Exactly. Solar is a very dynamic market. So if we see in last 5 years, the market has been almost doubling every years. And to support this growth, a lot of R&D goes in, which we have not been putting money in. But now is the time if we start. So maybe the JV can be the first route where we can find a technological partner, start local manufacturing, and going forward, we can do it. There are tit-of bits happening in terms of IIT, some BHL unit, some independent parties doing the research, but it has to be as per the industry demand. So there is a gap which need to be filled, which can be done through government support, and with big corporate houses jumping in it, we will see growth happening for sure.
Now you have seen that the solar panels they are shifting from PERC to TOPCon, technology is shifting. So how you see this technology, improvisation benefits solar paste industry, because TOPCon requires two sides silver paste applications.
Exactly. So as I said, if we are talking of silver as a product, silver in solar panels will keep on going because there are substitutes which are developing. People are doing copper paste, but they are still on lab level, not on commercial level. So for silver, it's an opportunity because it will create an industrial demand, which is keep on increasing probably by 20 or 30% every year. So although with the per panel or per cell, the consumption is decreasing, but the capacity is expanding so fastly that it cover up more than what is reduced. So yeah, definitely silver is finding an industrial application which will create a definitive demand and which is irrespective of how the economies are working.
So we talk about solar paste. So is there any possible that solar photovoltaics will consume so much of silver, the demand, the availability of silver for other sector will be in a deficit?
That's where recycling will come into picture. If you see the panels are putting in the market, once the generation improves, once the capacity of the module improves, old panel will come back in the cycle for recycling.
Recycling.
So from the recycling, right now it's not cost effective, but there are people who are working on it. Once it becomes cost effective, we will find the silver which went in the earlier cells coming back in the inside. So it will be a responsible kind of sustainable kind of growth where we do the recycling of the silver from the old
Those
cells
panels.
and use it in the new one.
So, I mean, work has been started on this part.
Yes, there are research happening in Europe and US. There is a compulsory part where the module manufacturer had to take the responsibility of recycling. Probably at commercial level, it's still not commercially feasible, but
Yeah, we have
because
not seen the life cycle of solar panels completed.
yeah,
25 years yet in
exactly,
India.
exactly. So although the recycling of panels is happening right now is very less, but probably in 3 or 5 years, and with the upgradation of efficiency, right now the panel is at 23 to 25% efficiency.
Yeah.
If you get a panel of 30%, you will throw away those 20% panel and
Exactly.
replace them, which is happening in wind sector. So the old turbines are now getting replaced.
Yes.
In solar, same thing will happen. So you will see an influx of millions of panel coming in for recycling. We recycle it, responsibility, extract it and reuse it. So reuse will be also a challenge.
Okay, Mr. Chandresh, for giving the audience a beautiful insight about areas and the solar based market in India. Look
Thank
forward for your
Thank you.